Good morning, teacher. Today we're going to talk about English vocabulary for business and administration, and my group is Alicia, Lacario, Alejandro, and me.
Okay, good morning. For Thursday's presentation, I talk about our introduction. So, ready or no, English is now the world language of business. So, more and more multinational companies, for example, Nokia, Renault, Samsung, SAP, etc., and Microsoft is using this vocabulary or this form to talk and specific and in attempt to facilitate communications and performance across geographically diverse functions and business and papers. Okay, why English only? Okay, this is not a real question, but we use or we should be use English because this is a key of to have good job, and this is to for differences to the other people because this introduced in other word when we talk about with specific concepts.
Okay. What is a business? Before anything, we may ask ourselves this question. Why we select vocabulary for business and administration? It is important to know that before anything we need to know about business and administration because in all company we need to employ these terms because it is important to have this knowledge because we need to have the basic knowledge of this terminology. So, what is a business? A business is an economic activity which is related with the continuous and regular production and distribution of a good and service for satisfying human wants. In other words, it's like the regular production or purchase. Purchase means to buy and sell of goods undertaken with an objective of earning profit and acquiring wealth through the satisfaction of human wants. So, what is administration? It is important to know too what is administration because we need to employ in any business or company that we will get when we get professional person. So administration can be defined as the activity of groups cooperating to accomplish a common goals. It is defined as a cooperative human action or cooperative group behavior. It is a systematic process of administering the management. Management is like an act of manage people and their work for achieve a common goal. Okay, so people of economic team think and search a common word or common compound word. So the most important in this is what is a business administrator? Business administrator are the people that are responsible for all the activities in all company. For example, organizing, management, and operate all functions that it is related to the company. There is the people that is in charge to manage the business and administration of this company that need to get day-to-day all the operation of this organization. Okay, top business administration vocabulary word for English learners. So this is like the specific vocabulary that we need to know from these topics. For example, enterprising is a person that has the capacity to see a business opportunity in a place that anyone can see and have like the capacity to get a financial benefit for the business. And the other word is facilitate. Facilitate. To facilitate means to make things easier and help them to run smoothly. When we say run smoothly, is without any problem. Okay, these are two another terms that we use in this science. It could be coordinated. That coordinated means to arrange for two or more parties. Parties is people or group to work together. The person who coordinates activities is known as a coordinator or a leader. So there is another term that is prioritize. That means to deal with things in their order of importance. So these people need to order the activities from more important to less important, and they are in charge to follow this order.
So I'm going to talk to you about financial resources management. Why we need to take care of for these things? Because the business run out money, and financial resources management is a critical part of a business administration. And then we have three like points: financial accounting. Even if you have a top level of management, personality management, accounting, and bookkeeping aspects are like the main kinds of the business to to understand the basic financial statements. And then we have the management accounting. In additional to keep financial statements such as balance sheets and profits, we need to have like statements and cash flow, the working. Then we have finance. Finance, even if your business is constantly certain needed to borrow money at some point to cover the expansion, you need to view your capital. Then we have some business administration vocabulary words for the English learners. We have schedule. The verb of schedule suggests that to set up for an occasion and to take place at certain time and place. And then we have document. Document, you might already understand that the noun document refers to a paper or a file. The noun document refers to the creation of records or files. Then we have authorize. Authorize, the verb authorize suggests that to allow approval or permission to somebody to try to do a thing. And communicate, you most likely detect of the verb to speak, which implies to die information to somebody. The noun communication refers to the changing of information. Then we have supervise. Supervise, the verb to supervise suggests that to direct and to be blame of somebody or one thing. The adjective superior is employed to explain the standards of somebody who's to blame. And we have a sentence For example, the contractor are in later to supervise the workplace transforming. And then we have collaborate. Collaborate, the verb to collaborate suggests that to figure alongside another a person to realize a typical goal. We have an example. Higher management need a USA to collaborate with our partners in Britain to develop a higher product.
Okay, other words we can use in this context of we should to have this keyword is budget. The verb to budget means to make a plan for amount of money to spend in something. The word budget can also be used as a noun to mean amount of money that may able for spending. So, for example, of this word is if you are organized year-end office party, you have to work out the budget for it. Okay, other word is negotiate. Negotiate. The verb of negotiate means to formally discuss something and come to agreement. The non-negotiation refers to the formal discussion to arrive at a decision that all parties agree to. So, for example, after a week, a negotiation we still can't agree on the terms of the contract. Okay, recruit. The verb to recruit means to find suitable people to work of your company. Sample sentence for this word is: after securing this deal, we had to recruit more manager to hit the project. Okay, and merchandise is a non-merchandise simple to refers to the products or goods are bought and sold by your company. Sample of this sentence: this year there has been an increase in our imports of virgin merchandise. Okay, inventory. The non-inventory refers to items or products you have in stock. Sample of this tense is the year end. It's time when we check our stocks or inventory list. Turnover. The non-turnover is pretty interesting because it may refer to amount of money your company receives in sales, or the rate at which your company merchandise is sold and replaced by
Yeah. So now I'm going to explain another word that is used a lot in the business area. So, implement, for example. Implement means to rapidly start using a technique or implement in some process a new mechanism of doing the ways. So, an example is we're now ready to implement security measures that we hope it makes this office building a safer place. So, in that example, we see that they implement something to make good the process or the business. Also, a word is authorize. That means to give approval or give permission to someone or something to do something. So the next, we have brand. What means brand? Brand is a word that the companies use to that recognize their attributes and what specific talk about the company. It defines the unit and it gives to the company an identity. The company's tone of voice and the sign of official communications are part of what gives it brand identified. And public relations. The public relationship is an important word because it describes a role within a business devoting to communicate with the press and ensuring favorable media coverage, and it's allowed to all the people know about the company. So we have cold call. This is a phone call usually from a sales representative of a company to a potential customer or client who is not expecting the call within whom. So, yeah.
Okay, we're going to continue with the information for the landlord, and now we want to talk about stakeholder. A stakeholder is a word that is used to refer to anyone which is involved in a particular project. Okay, leverage. It is another word that means to be that means to use of a lever to apply force. Okay, so. So, in conclusion, as a group, we recognize that it is important to know about this vocabulary because all days we will want to use this in our jobs. And doesn't matter if we are CPA, if we are IE or IID, because we need to know about this language and we need to have the knowledge to employ by all days. Okay, that is all. Thank you, teacher.
Thank you.